was. So
Now I gotta ask you a question though.
Mhm.
I gotta ask, and this is the real question. Don't cancel me.
oh
Don't
gosh, not
the,
when
the,
it's
the people
prefaced like that.
don't cancel me. Okay. Is it possible that Ulta beats this lawsuit? So Ulta is being sued after allegedly refusing to service two black customers, a mother and a daughter, and the employee said, "Hey, we don't have the staff that does that type of hair or your type of hair."
Mhm.
Is it possible that somebody only knows how to do a white woman's hair or a certain texture of hair?
So I'm so glad that we got to this topic. Here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with having a specialty, right?
Correct.
Some people are braiders. They only do braids. Some people are locticians. They only do locks, right?
Okay.
However, you have to specify. And so when you don't specify and you're just generic, you have to oblige to a broad demographic.
I don't want to interrupt you. I want you to continue cooking because this is something that you're schooling me on. But also, Ulta, y'all are a retail shop to the public. It's not like I'm doing this out of my kitchen and you booked on my website and I say I can't do your hair and you sue me for discrimination. Like y'all literally are open to the public. So that's another part of the lawsuit that the lawyers are going to argue, that not only are you serving all clients, like you're open to the public. You would never say that about if they wanted to buy a specific product. You would sell it to any demographic that walked through.
Exactly.
But go ahead.
Whether
ahead,
it's actually going to work on their hair or not.
Correct.
You're going to sell
make
it to
that sale.
They was better off planning these people's hair. So basically what had happened was, right, these two people, a lady and her daughter, they booked an appointment to go to Ulta Beauty. And I guess they expected to get their hair done. When they met the stylist, I think the stylist said, "Hey, we can't service you." They got the manager. The manager backed up the stylist and was like, "Hey, we can't service you. You should have actually specified the type of texture hair that you have." And
that's
then we
what
would
the
have.
manager said.
That's
to
what
them?
the manager reiterated, was like, "You actually should have told us what type of texture." Mind you, her 7-year-old daughter is witnessing this whole thing of being like, not being able to be serviced or provided for. So here's a portion of the complaint.
Okay.
The portion of the complaint reads, "This discriminatory treatment occurred in full view of other customers, causing severe humiliation to Miss Smith and traumatic distress to her 7-year-old daughter, who left the store crying hysterically and asking, 'What is wrong with my hair?'"
And apparently they had a professional photo shoot lined up right after that.
And
so
because they were models, both of them. So also set the scene. This is New York City. This is Upper East Side. I don't know if you know the politics of New York, but and it's really not politics. It's more like just regions, different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
But East Side, New York, Upper East Side is like more
affluent.
Yes.
Okay.
And very much so. So that's where you got the Saks Fifth Avenue. That's where you got all of the like.
So you're not just discriminating against Kiki and Boo Boo.
I don't know if they thought they were.
Like you're probably discriminating against somebody who got some married to a lawyer.
Yeah, there you go. And then the little girl asks, "Why can't I go there if there are brown girls on the walls?" So
that's an extreme. Okay, that's an extremely fair point. You're advertising Keke Palmer. You're advertising Simone Biles. All these people that's promoting Angel Reese. All of them promoting your product.
But that you can't.
And I can't come in here and get serviced.
That's what the baby said.
The baby. If the baby said this, you don't think the lawyer's going to make that argument? That's a extremely good argument, because if you were only advertising white models or certain textures of hair, you would have an argument and said, well, we never put that out in our advertising. You assumed we did your type of hair solely because, that's just like, for example, Victoria's Secret, they only advertise skinny models for the longest. So a plus size woman can't come in there and sue and say discrimination. They never advertise if this was for you anyway. If you look at all the advertisements, it's only a certain body
Body
type
type.
anyway. So they can have an argument that, hey, we were never soliciting.
Yeah.
Y'all are soliciting
People.
these people. Y'all use our celebrities, you use our influencers, you use
Mm.
our advertisements, you use all of our cultural influence, you
Yes.
use our music, and I
Yes.
come in here and you tell me you can't do my. Now, okay, let me put my other lawyer hat on.
Okay.
Now I'm Ulta's lawyers.
Okay.
We messed up.
That's all.
If they would have said it in a different, like, language is important, right? If they would have came and said, "Hey, I'm so sorry. Um, we see you booked an appointment. The stylist that was scheduled to do your hair is no longer here. They called off. They had an emergency. These stylists we have here are not trained. We haven't. So we can have them do your hair, but they're not trained
Right.
because our skilled stylists
Right.
are off work now. You guys can call off or you can do this or whatever, but
We can give you
these
your money back.
we can get your money back. But these stylists that we have today are not trained, so results may vary.
Right.
And they still do their hair. You still supposed to do their hair.
Here's the thing, and I think they were better off, and it's crazy because I do have another lens of this, and
Okay.
I think you're gonna laugh at this. They were better off as Ulta. They was better off just playing in these people's hair, and,
Yes.
and making a mess of
Yeah,
it.
they was better off ruining it and
Yeah.
going viral for messing up the young black girl hair.
Yeah.
Than, yes.
And also, to your point about the lawsuit, right? So this, the woman's name is, let me get it, something Smith.
Lauren Smith.
Lauren Smith.
And the minor is C. They just put the,
Yeah.
CM because it's a minor. So
So, Lauren Smith's lawsuit also contends that the salon's refusal to service her and her daughter violated New York State human rights law,
Yes.
which prohibits discrimination based on traits associated with race, namely hair texture. So it's
Yes.
in New York State law
Yes.
that you cannot do this. So that's one strike right there. Now, this is what I thought was interesting. The suit also alleges that Ulta employees broke New York State cosmetology license law ratified in May 2024. So I guess to their point, it just got ratified.
Right.
Which require hairstylists to be trained and competent to provide services to people of all hair types and textures. Now, I don't know if I told you, I don't know if I told you this, but, and I guess maybe I wouldn't have had a lawsuit because the law just got, the cosmetology license law just got ratified in 2024.
Right.
But back when I was in college, I think this was around, I was working like a dog. So this had to be around like 2014.
Yes.
And I made an appointment. I scheduled, got there on time. Then I'm natural now, but I was really natural, so I had an afro, right?
Right.
And I just needed something to be done with it. I came in with my little afro right after work, and I said, "Hey, like I'm your 4 o'clock," and she said, "Oh no." literally, like she done saw a ghost.
Wow.
I was like I looked behind me, like, what's going on?
Right. Am I something
Who are
wrong
you?
with me?
Yeah. So she's like, oh, no. We don't do your type of hair. And I said, huh?
Wow.
She said, no, we don't do your, you didn't tell me. Like, I'm like, what? So what was I supposed to say? What was I supposed to say? So she literally, when I tell you I didn't even get in the store, like she stopped me at the door.
Wow.
I don't even know what that store looks like. And she said, down the street, she gonna do your hair.
Wow.
She's good. She's gonna do your hair.
And you just went down the
I
street?
just went down the street and I told her what happened.
Well, also back in the day, a lot of these things happened to us, or happened to our community, and it wasn't as many people sharing their stories, so you didn't really feel empowered. You probably didn't know you had a legal a lawsuit that you could have filed. And then and I'm gonna play my details hat. I'm gonna put on my details hat. Okay. The young lady who is suing name is Lauren Smith. The minor is CM. Right? So could it be that she's like they got different last names? Like I don't know. Like I'm trying to hint at like maybe this lady is basically what I'm hitting at is this lady is a married Upper East Side, privileged. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't privileged then. Like you didn't know, like you probably didn't know any lawyers. You probably
Yeah.
didn't. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at different stages of your life, if that happened to you tomorrow, you
That's
go
way
home.
different.
You go home, tell your husband. You call your lawyer friend.
Yeah.
And you on the news suing for 10 million. You see what I'm saying? Like they're at different stages
Yeah.
of their life, and y'all would have been better off just messing them girls' hair up.
And giving them their money back. That they
Yeah.
you wouldn't have a $10 million lawsuit, $5 million lawsuit, whatever they get out of this, because they're going to get some money.
And to be fair, they probably didn't know how to do the black girl's hair.
And so that's what is interesting, because one, they didn't, and two, why aren't you properly staffed to at least have somebody there?
There we go.
Who wants to, have, because if you're Ulta, why won't you have somebody there who knows how to do texture hair? My controversial take is, how long you been black? Because ain't no black women going to Ulta Beauty to get their hair done.
Well,
that's my controversial take.
But this was my point about the mother. The mother probably, you know how black people be when they get around, they get in these upper privilege, in these nice neighborhoods and all of this, and they want to go to the same place that the girl at the tennis club go to.
You know what?
And all it is.
It's giving African American. It's giving African American with a white mom, because there is no reason that you thought that was going.
Well, I'm not gonna say
that you had time for them to waste. Even if they did say, okay, yeah, we're going to do your hair and we're going to whatever, you had time for them to waste. Like, the idea that you even gave them a shot makes me feel like, okay, so you're one of them mixed girls, probably didn't think your hair was that textured.
Not necessarily. To me, you don't necessarily have to be mixed, but it's given that you grew up around, or you're going to school with all these types of people, because you're trying to operate not as if you're not black, but you're trying to operate as if you're not different. You have different hair.
Yes, but even those black girls who are in the prep spaces and have all like white friends and who assimilate to white culture, which is fine, like, get it how you live, they even know.
But they probably had an experience like this that made them, like, everybody have had that experience where, like, bro, you black.
What was my first question? How long you been black for? Because if this was a 15-year-old, to your point, we all learn. You got a whole 7-year-old child. So it's giving. Here's my thing. If they put her picture out there, I can guarantee you
she probably mixed.
Yes, and she didn't even know her hair was textured till she went up in there.
Or okay, I'm gonna give you that. Or hear me out on this. You a black mom, you know your daughter is black. Your daughter knows she's black, but she grows up around all these privileged white people and all